Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's really, I can't tell you how excited I am to be back here after 3 years. It's like getting the family and the community back together. So we are really glad we met. Every time we are here, we meet new friends, grow the community, but also, go back to the roots of serving the profession that we represent, and sharing the knowledge and our skill set, and bring it to the business and national and international leaders gathered here.
We're living in a digital world. Our customers are living in a digital world. They're asking if they can trust us as a company. We need to have a reasonable discussion with our customer. The board needs to be able to reach out to customers to tell them how their data is safe, how the resilience is working, what will happen if the company is under attack.
We need to debunk for everyone who has this responsibility that cybersecurity is not a scary thing that only 3 people in the basement understand, right?
Talk about the shortage in security cyber workforce. I'm like, this is a very good statistic to look at how severely underfunded security is, right? And I think it goes to the fact that there is a lack of appreciation, I think, in the business about the important role that cybersecurity plays.
But the pooling of risk, so let's go away from passwords and have a service, a one-time password, or a SMS passkey, or even a badge or something like that. Well, there's infrastructure and operations behind that have been pooled at somewhere in a data center, cloud, whatever. If that service goes down, it's not one user that forgot their password. It's every single person in the company now cannot get access, right? And these things have happened, and so what's the default? You have the password in the backup.
I think it's worth detailing what we are doing in the context of the invasion of Ukraine for almost 1 year now, where we started tracing cyber attacks as soon as basically the borders was crossed, but we had already some information gathering that was happening before.
But too many times we tend to stop at the compliance. We don't look at beyond, hey, you have a SOC 2, great, but how efficient or how operationalized is your secure SDLC? Do you have the gates defined at your development, at your dev, QA, production releases that make sure that your product application is truly secure?
Manufacturers of critical infrastructure accountable for creating secure and resilient systems.
To make this a business problem, it has to be discussed at the board level. Like when you go to the board, it's not just, oh, how secure am I? No, how secure is my supply chain? And can you quantify that risk, that cyber risk, for the board?
Cyber is now part of this knowledge that every director needs. So there needs to be an upskilling for most directors who are not CISOs.
We have to be able to quantify the risk for the business and have those discussions of, it's about risk tolerance. What is the level of risk the business is willing to tolerate?
The algorithmic cryptography is going to be made useless. Employers need to take a step back. A lot of organizations, probably the best path is to take existing talent that you have that might be a network analyst, a system admin, a network engineer, and reskill those people and move them into cybersecurity.
People need to remember, I think it's a good start, but people need to remember that most of the software built today is built from pre-built packages that are open source that you sometimes don't even have control of. And so you need to understand what goes in there, and you can control your own code and your own build process and so on. You cannot control theirs.
For example, we know that we play a huge social role and impact for our citizens around the country, and they gain information which can save their lives.
We really need to move towards that world where cybersecurity is baked in, and insecurity is opt out. It's not where you have to opt into security, where you have to work at being secure. You actually want people to have to work at being insecure. And then we can rely on normal human laziness to work for us instead of against us. and use that to our advantage so that the easy option is the secure option. And when that is the easy option, most people will take it and we'll be in a much more secure world.